Dailyn Swain has been very encouraging to me, and that kind of tails into what you were just saying with the future of the program when you look at the freshmen, but in particular, Dailyn Swain and what his mold and archetype of a player is and what he can bring to this program going forward. You watch him in preseason practice and you saw him gradually take steps and steps and steps forward. But now to see it out there in action, especially last night against Purdue, against high major competition coming down the stretch there, hitting some tough shots, making plays. The athleticism is there. The shot making is there. It felt like he hasn't really been overwhelmed so far. I've been pretty impressed with his play.
Yeah, so actually I wrote mine down before we did this podcast, and one of the things I had on there was specifically the fact that he's making shots and making such a big impact already. Because I think when I saw Dailyn Swain as a prospect, I thought he looks like one of those guys that is a high upside guy, could end up being a great player. But he also has the look of the guy who's not always high production in terms of at the preps level in playing Nike EYBL, and then he was on the Adidas circuit. But I think, excuse me, he was EYBL kid. But I think the big thing for me was how long is it going to take, and is the light bulb ever going to go on for him? The fact that he is already on the court and becoming a major impact player for Xavier, like they need him to play more minutes, and they're relying on what he's giving them on both ends right now already. And I think one of the biggest things in terms of unlocking his upside and getting him to that next level is his skill level and him making jump shots. And so far, that's been maybe the most impressive part of his first few games, is the fact that he's knocking down 3-pointers and handling the ball a little bit. So I would agree. I think Dailyn Swain has been a really big bright spot for the Xavier team. And that's both for this season and for the long term. But the fact that he's already getting into the mix and making a difference is a really good sign for his long-term development.